Look at this. Look how beautiful and clear this stream is, this creek. Look at this. Right down here I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, there's a giant there too. 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 10 trout just right here in this gorgeous little clear stream. And I'm just gonna put in my kayak and I'm just gonna go down and just explore all this beautiful area down here. All right, here we go. When I first got here, I thought I'm just gonna wade this thing, but it's so like boggy, so many weeds and lots of like silt that you sink down into, that it's gonna be kind of hard to walk it. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna drift down, and then if I drift past a spot that looks really good, I'll just paddle back above it and then let my worms and stuff drift down naturally into the good looking spots. There's a trout. Scared him out. Oh, there's a big one. Oh my gosh. There's a big one right there. Okay, there's several. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around, go up through these weeds and go around and then throw my line down. That's one bad thing about the color of my kayak. This is bright orange. All right guys, that's all I got. Just a little piece of worm, small bait hook, weightless. This is as simple as it gets. Anyone can do this kind of fishing. You just have to be willing to get out and try it. Oh, the wind's against me. Got one. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Right at first cast. First cast. Oh, and it is a keeper. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Perfect eating size. Look at that. Wow. There we go. Got him on a stringer. I always put them on a stringer before you take the hook out, because I've done the old trick that I think everyone does, where you take the hook out, then go to put the fish on the stringer, and it gets away. Alright guys, I'm going to tell you about a little Idaho secret. It's not really a secret, it's not like everybody keeps it themselves, but it's just a secret because hardly anybody knows about it, or very few people about it. It's mostly an Idaho kind of northwest thing. There's this company called Dry Creek Outfitters, and they make some of the most fabulous soft baits, especially tubes. In fact, my entire tube tackle box is all Dry Creek Outfitters tubes. Make some of the best tubes around, and I was in the store the other day. They're based out of this tiny little town called Murtaugh, and I think it's like 300 people. That's how small it is. But they have some of the nicest lures come out of there, and everybody in Idaho knows about them. A lot of people in the Northwest know about them, but not a lot of other people outside of this area know about them. But anyway, I was in there the other day, and the owner and I were talking, and he said that people are starting to find that trout are biting like crazy on his soft plastics, and I've only ever caught one trout on a soft plastic before. So I got some of these Dry Creek Outfitters tubes here, and so I'm going to try a tube out for these trout. Look at that. He said anything with yellow in it is good. I have some variety here. I've got some of these. These are solar powered glow in the dark tubes, so I'm just going to try a couple of these and see if I can catch some trout on plastics. And then what I'm going to do, this is bass scent, Dry Creek bass scent, and I'm going to stick it in the back of the tube, fill up the tube with scent, so that way when it's going through the water, scent will be washing out, and hopefully it'll make it more appealing to those trout. Got one. Nice. On the tube. That is excellent. Beautiful rainbow trout again. Look at that. Oh, he got off. Hey. Well, I guess I already have one to keep. You know, I might eat 2. Well, since he got off the hook, he deserves to live. There he goes. That is cool. On that tube right there. That is so cool. I love trying new things like this. I was a bass fisherman, hardcore, all the way when I was younger. I don't know, I like all kinds of fishing though, I've discovered. So I've been trying a lot of new things, especially the last few years. I'm having a blast. So this is one, now this is funny because this is changeable craw is the color, called the color. And it's just a really, like, it's kind of a translucent, just good color. It has orange and green flake. And this is actually one of my favorite smallmouth ones, but of course I have the bigger size. And the owner of the store said the trout are loving that color. So this is a little bit more natural. I'm gonna switch to this one instead. Got one. It's a nice one. Woo! on that, I have my drag set really likes to have 6-pound test. It's a good one. It's a fighter. On that Dry Creek tube, I switched to the changeable craw. My drag is very, very light, so. But it's because of these. Oh man, this is a good one. Look at that. Oh, look at that trout. That is cool. It suddenly sunk out of sight and my line popped because he hit it. Look at that gorgeous fish. Wow. That is fun. Beautiful. Such a pretty fish. I give up trying to know whether they're stocked or not. What I'm going to do is just measure him according to my fishing rod. I try to keep my equipment, keep as little equipment out here as possible. And having a tape measure is just another thing that I have to manage. So I measure him kind of according to my fishing rod. Yeah, from the tip right about to the Mojo Bass letter. So I'll measure that later. We'll see how many inches he is. There he goes. Alright guys, so I'm going to throw my underwater GoPro down there. One thing, gosh, there's a trout, another trout just jumped right over there. One thing about GoPros is that sometimes it's hard for them to see underwater. So I'm going to put this underwater camera down there, but I put some scent on top of it. And so hopefully that makes them not scared of the camera. I'm gonna let my spot over there rest a second because I just cast the GoPro down, and it kind of freaks the trout out, and they're not scared of the GoPro itself, but it's like they become suspicious. So I'm gonna let that rest, and I'm gonna clean up a little bit of this. Anyway, a little bit of this trash here, and just let it rest for a few minutes, and then come back and see if they are willing to bite. All right, it's been several minutes. Let's see if there's fish biting. Got one. Nice. Oh, he got a... Oh, he's kind of tangled up in the GoPro. There we go. piece of worm. Cool. That is so cool. Wow. Always wet your hands before you grab trout, or make sure that they are wet. Because trout are a little bit more fragile than like bass and stuff. Beautiful fish though. Wow, there are so many trout down here. I mean, they're just rushing this way and that. This is crazy. Now, come to the end here. The problem is, if I get off on land around here, I don't know what's private land and what's not. Good grief, look at all the trout. That's just crazy. That is just crazy. There's a big old, oh, that's just a garden snake. There's a snake right there and frogs. Good grief, wildlife is out like crazy today. Now, I wonder if a frog would eat a worm. Should we see? Oh, what the? I got him. I just caught a bullfrog. What the? Oh, there he goes. Hey, oh shoot. I'd have eaten that guy. I mean, he went right over. I just have a piece of nightcrawler on. I was not expecting that. I mean, he went right over and ate it up. No hesitation. There he goes again. Do I set the hook? Do I want to eat him? I'm going to keep the line taut so he can't swallow it. Boy, I did not know they were... He's trying to rush off with it. This is crazy. Hey. I haven't set the hook. He's just greedy. Hey, you. Look at him. Little greedy pig. If you let go of it. Hey. Gotcha. Ouch. You got it, Mike. Got him. Should I eat some frog? I've never done a frog catch and cook. Oh, never mind. He jumped out. Made the decision for me. So just kind of been walking around through this grove of trees here. I found an excellent little spot here. It's kind of windy today, and so I don't want my fire to be in the wind, but kind of out of the wind right here in this grove of trees. What I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna, I gotta keep the fire kind of small because I am a little bit worried about this wind. It's not so bad right here, but it blows through every once in a while. But I'm gonna build up a nice hotbed of coals, and then I had some subscribers tell me about, or remind me, because I already knew about it, but tell me about cooking fish in aluminum foil. So I've got some of that with me, and that is the way I'm gonna cook my trout up this afternoon. So I gotta build up a nice bed of coals so I can set the aluminum foil in it to cook the trout. Oh yes, and shout out to Johnny Harrell. Sorry if I messed up your name, Johnny. But thank you for being one of the first ones to always view and comment every single time. Just got my trout. Just gonna score. Let the flavors get down in the meat. Ooh, that meat meat is pink. Then I will add, it's been so hot outside today that my butter melted already. Add the butter to it. Flip it over. Add butter in that. Put some on the inside. Put it all, actually. That's a lot of butter. But everything's better with butter. And I got this brand new, this is so nice. It's this little, just an outdoorsman salt shaker. And it has salt on one side, pepper on the other. And it's so nice because it doesn't, if you ever carry around in your backpack, like try to carry salt and pepper, then it always eventually spills. But with this, as a screw-on cap, and so it doesn't spill, and then you have your salt and your pepper all in one place every single time. Mrs. Dash's, salt-free, excellent stuff. This, tried it last time. Almost spilled the butter on myself. Nice seasoning on all sides of it, and some inside. Mrs. Dash's lemon pepper seasoning blend. That is all you need right there, folks. Now I'm wondering something here. I've done fish this way on the grill, but the flames don't quite touch the aluminum foil. I'm a little bit worried if I set it like right on the fire, it'll burn through. But I know aluminum foil can take some heat. I just don't want to mess up my fish. And while that is cooking, I'm just going to take this piece of corn on the cob, and I'm just going to set that right in the fire. I know I can do that for sure. Cook up a nice piece of corn on the cob there. Okay, so we had a funny thing kind of happen. My aluminum foil actually caught fire and burnt. Luckily I saved it. Not too bad. Fortunately I brought my frying pan. But I don't know. That was my first time trying that. Maybe I got it too much in the fire. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm gonna transfer it to the frying pan. Yeah. It'll be good still. Luckily nothing was ruined. Now we're cooking. For real this time. Got a nice little flame going on underneath there. Got a wet rag that I soaked in the ice cold cooler on the handle, because on cast iron there's no way you're grabbing the handle when it's on an open flame. Oh yeah, look at that. Excellent. Let's see how this corn is. It's been sitting in there for probably in the fire good, because before the fire was really small. So it's been in there good for probably like 5-6 minutes. Oh man, that looks good. I'm excited for this. Alright, so the trout is ready. Take that. And then I'm going to pour the rest of this butter and seasoning right over it. Alright, just peel that right off the husk. Whew, a little bit hot. In fact, I'm going to stick my... There we go. Set that in there. Boom, we got corn on the cob. Look at that. Fresh corn and trout cooked up over an open fire. You're watching this right now and you go, oh man, that looks good. I I gotta try that. You should. I'm so hungry too. It's probably like 4 o'clock right now. I was supposed to eat lunch at like 12:30. This is so much fun. The skin has an excellent crisp on it. Corn's had a chance to cool. If you want to do this, I left it in there for about 7 minutes. Just drop it in the fire in the husk. It honestly, it's like cooked to perfection. So, a lot of people who don't eat a lot of fish, or they only eat fish in restaurants where it's, there's no bones, they wonder how you get around the bones. Honestly, it's not that big a deal, especially with the trout. Now, for other fish, like if you're eating a flounder or something like that, I know they have a lot of little bones in them. But for trout, they, if you cook them, then the meat separates from the bones super easily. Like you see right there, there's some rib bones there. Here's the spine. All you have to do is take your fork, and it just separates. And you see there's a ridge of bones right there. And then this meat just comes away like so. And then this just comes away, and the whole, most of the bones, there might be a few hiding in there from the fins or whatever, but it just comes out just like that. There's almost all the bones just right there. And then as far as the fins go, you just grab the fin and it comes right out. Now there's some little bits of meat there that I want to save. I always eat my whole fish pretty much. But even that right there, look at that row of bones that those come from the fins, and you can just pick each one of those out. And like I said, there might be a few scattered around in here, but overall I pretty much got rid of all the bones. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please smash that subscribe button if you're new. If you are not new, please consider sharing this video with your friends. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.